Coming up on Mountain News this morning, police in Central Kentucky are trying to connect the dots in two shooting cases. And a recent report shows Kentucky education has improved, but only slightly.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 6:30 on Tuesday, June 11th. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Got some cloud cover issues that'll be departing here over the next couple of hours. It's a good start to the day because, well, visibility-wise, we've only got one location right now that's reporting anything less than 10 miles, and that would be out toward Wayne County and Williamsburg. And temperature-wise, well, some of us have dropped into the mid-40s, like Irvin at 46, Williamsburg, already mentioned, at 48, 52 at Pikeville, though, 57 still the hot spot at Harlan. All right, the cloud cover issues again, like I said, from Jackson Hazard points east, they will continue to kick out to the east as high pressure will build on in from the west and northwest, providing another delightful day across the Commonwealth. Lots of sunshine and blue sky. Any fog that we do have out toward Williamsburg and a couple of other locations is gone by 8 o'clock, and a forecast high today up to 75 in Hazard. All right, the heat and humidity, they're ready to knock on the door, open it up. And how long will the visitor stick around for in terms of heat and humidity? For a while. Details with the First Alert 7-day forecast. That's coming up in just a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. Police in a central Kentucky town are looking to see if there's a connection to two shootings that happened early Sunday morning. Both happened in Danville. Both victims were shot in their cars. One died and another was treated and released. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more about what he has learned involving the violence and the victims.
Calls of a shooting were met at first with confusion when police arrived on Dillahay Street around 2 o'clock Sunday morning.
Not a lot of details came forth. There was some speculation that a shot had been fired and somebody may have been shot.
They ended up finding 37-year-old Justin Gray in another part of town. He had been shot and was treated for a gunshot wound to the abdomen. Just before 4 Sunday morning, police were then called to 5th Street where they found a pickup truck that had crashed into a home. The driver, 43-year-old Maurice Stitt, had been shot.
We know at least one shooter, and it almost appears to us maybe this was an ambush style. He encountered a shooter. They began shooting at him while he was inside his vehicle. He tried to flee in reverse, obviously lost control because he had been hit by multiple rounds.
And now the big question is, are both of these shootings related? Are they looking for one shooter or multiple shooters? What exactly is the motive, and are those related as well? As of now, police have not labeled a suspect or persons of interest.
Randomness of it, I think we could probably take that out of the equation right now because it appears that both these individuals seem to have been targeted.
Police say in any case there is a bad actor out there, and they encourage people to come forward with tips or any home surveillance video that they may have. In Boyle County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Police say the home that Stitt's truck crashed into after the shooting had minor damage. A sad update to a story we first brought to you yesterday. A missing Bell County man was found dead. Deputy Coroner Jason Steele says 73-year-old Donnie Fusen was found dead by a family friend a little before 6:30 yesterday. The cause of the death is not known. His body was sent to Frankfort for an autopsy. Deputies say Fusen was last spoken to last Thursday at his home off Highway 92. State police are investigating a death possibly related to an animal attack in Letcher County. Troopers received a call about the incident around 1 a.m. Sunday. They say 57-year-old Trina Sandlin of Jeremiah was found on Dottie Creek in the Jeremiah community. Troopers say family members found Sandlin near her home over an embankment, and she had suffered injuries consistent with an animal attack. They did not say what type of animal. Her body was taken to Frankfort for an autopsy. In Claiborne County, Tennessee, 6 people are facing charges after a narcotics search warrant was executed. Last week, law enforcement agencies teamed up to conduct the search warrant at a home on 307 Old Kentucky Road in Tazewell. Officials say they recovered meth packaged for resale, among other things. Matthew Young, Joyce Young, Joshua Love, Michelle Violet, Robert Davis, and Robert Bussell were charged with various misdemeanor and felony crimes. 2 minors are facing charges after police say they stole 2 Knox County school buses. Deputies with the sheriff's office received a call about a bus crash at a school a little after 2:30 yesterday morning. After leaving the scene, the minors stole another bus and ended up driving it to Lexington before it crashed. In total, 4 minors walked out of the Appalachian Children's Home in Barberville. The 2 not involved in the thefts were taken back to the children's home. In Breathitt County, a nursing home was evacuated because of a fire in the laundry room. Saturday afternoon, Jackson FD got a call about a fire alarm at the Landmark of Breathitt Nursing Facility. While en route, firefighters learned that smoke was coming from the laundry room. When they arrived, they began evacuating the building. The fire was in one of the dryers, and firefighters quickly put it out. Once the smoke cleared, residents were allowed to return. No one was injured. A federal judge is weighing arguments in Lexington about changes to Title IX protections that are set to go into effect in a few months. 6 states have joined in on an 83-page lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Education, looking to change the definition of sex to include gender identity. It all started with a West Virginia high school female athlete who says a transgender student was allowed to compete with her in competitions.
We've seen the dangers of males competing in women's sports, and this goes even further than that. It opens up private spaces, it opens up locker rooms, restrooms, even hotels on overnight stays, and we want to ensure that women and girls are protected.
6 states have now sued the Biden administration regarding Title IX overhaul. In a statement, Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman said, quote, the Biden administration's assault on Title IX would end 50 years of protections and fairness. If a judge rules in favor of the states, it would put the new changes on hold while the case works its way through the court system, end quote. As of now, the new rules are set to go into effect August 1st. A yearly report shows the overall well-being of Kentucky children compared to all 50 states. While Kentucky is ranked higher this year than last, education officials still are not satisfied with where we are now. Lucy Bryson breaks down 2024's report.
Yearly, the Annie E. Casey Foundation releases a Kids Count report analyzing the well-being of children across the United States. It takes into consideration 16 different indicators like economic well-being, education, health, and community. In the 35th year of its publication, the state of Kentucky is coming away with an overall ranking of 38 out of 50. Bridget Blum, president and CEO of the Pritchard Committee of Academic Excellence, says bringing that number up takes all of us.
We've got to get it right in Frankfort, and we've got to get it right in our communities, and we don't have time to waste.
When compared to 2022's numbers, there are some areas that have improved. If we go down to the family and community section, all this green means that it's better than 2022. But if we go back up to the education part, we see some startling percentages showing how many Kentucky kids are not proficient in reading and math.
That's a heartbreaking one for us. In 2015, Kentucky ranked 8th in the nation in 4th grade reading. We've fallen to 29th in the nation in reading. Again, a call to action that we really need to come together and figure that out.
While there are areas like reading and math proficiency that do raise eyebrows, Blum highlights some triumphs in the report, such as seeing student progress for children who come from households where the head doesn't have a high school diploma. She credits that work to the state.
The work that we've done as a state to increase high school graduation, we rank 3rd in the nation, is actually pulling that indicator up.
But she says in all areas, we shouldn't stay satisfied if we want progression.
Even with the bright spots, this report should really be a call to action.
In Lexington, I'm Lucy Bryson, WKYT.
In 2023, Kentucky ranked even lower than this year, sitting at 40th out of 50. The highest ranking in the past 5 years was in 2020 through 2022. Kentucky sat consistently at 37th. During the school year, students in schools across the Commonwealth receive free school breakfast and lunch. During the summer months, many schools do their part to provide a summer meal program. Both Hazard Independent Schools and Perry County Schools say they have a free summer lunch program in their districts. Perry County Schools nutritionist Alexis Martin says they want kids to have healthy food all summer long.
We get a lot of local grown fruits and vegetables that we really love. I really love getting. So that's a really good thing. We get fresh watermelon, apples, all that throughout the summer. So the kids love, especially the watermelon, they love it.
The program through Perry County Schools provides free breakfast and lunch to children up to 18 years old each weekday. Martin says adults with kids eating can also pick up food at a discounted price. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is running out of money as the summer storm season begins to ramp up. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration now reports that the U.S. has already been hit with 11 extreme disasters so far this year. Combined, those costs add up to a price tag of more than $25 billion. The agency could have a deficit of more than $1.3 billion in August, according to a report. A FEMA spokesperson says the agency is working with Congress to address the funding issue. FEMA also says it is taking steps to fund a reserve to be set aside for initial response and recovery operations. FEMA is also warning survivors of the April 2nd storms to be cautious of people trying to obtain money or steal personal information. Officials say thieves tried to apply for FEMA assistance using names, addresses, and social security numbers they have stolen from survivors. Officials say they don't believe anyone who promises a disaster grant in return for payment, and don't give your banking information to a person claiming to be a FEMA housing inspector. If you did not apply for FEMA assistance but received a letter from FEMA, you are asked to call the FEMA helpline at 800-621-3362. If you are a victim of a scam, report it immediately to your local police or sheriff's department or contact the office of the Attorney General.
A good Tuesday morning to you. Visibilities have a bit of problem this morning, except in the last half hour or so out your way toward Williamsburg. Visibility at our official reporting station now down to 3 miles. Temperature-wise, feeling nice this morning. Mid-upper 40s into the low and mid-50s across the Commonwealth. And the cloud cover issues that we've had the last couple of hours from Jackson Hazard points east will continue to depart as the refreshing flow of air continues to come in from the north and west. That means a lot of sunshine as we head through the day on the drive to work and school, wherever your destination takes you, and also on the return home later today. High in Hazard to 75. The First Alert 7-day forecast is coming up in just a few moments. Olivia.
Thanks, Tim, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. A massive fire takes out a Miami apartment building and a man found shot inside. We'll see how police are putting the puzzle together.